Pergilah basuh kaki tu. Yelah. Masuk dulu ya, Tok kan?
A society that was previously unchanged is still the same as the virgin bit story of the others, so that there is might conveyed by the others. Example of might of failing book talks, blackness, Roblox, or anything physical to say that the individual is no longer a virgin is a nonsensical theory. There are three content of this video. First, example and the vaginal anatomy. Second, myths about hymen proven the losing virginity is all the wrong. And the last one is explaining about pap smear and menstrual cup. In our video, there are consist three main objectives from the topic myth about hymen and losing one virginity. First, to provide knowledge to the community about vaginal anatomy. Second, to correct society perception myth about hymen is wrong. Last but not least, to elaborate in detail in pap smear and menstrual cup.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mazwin Athirah, and today I would like to tell you more about the vaginal anatomy. When we discussing about the vagina, people always confuse it with the vulva and the vagina. So what's the difference between the vulva and the vagina? The vagina is internal, is the inside part of the body. As you can see here, this is the vagina, the organ inside the body, and the vulva is the outer part of the vagina. We can see here, this is the what is looked down there below. Firstly, we will talk about the vagina. Vagina is the internal part of the reproductive system. As you can see here, there is many part of the vagina, such as the fallopian tube, the ovary, the uterus, the cervix, the vagina, and the hymen. Each of these has their own function. When we talk about the vagina, firstly, what exactly is the vagina? Vagina is the part of the female genital which made of an elastic or muscular canal with soft mucous membrane to provide more sensation and lubrication. Like all our other body parts, vagina itself has its own function for the female bodies. As we all know, the vagina is the main reproductive system of the female body. Thus, one of its own functions is to provide a passageway for the blood flow during the female monthly periods. Not to forget, they also let out some vaginal discharge, a type of fluid secreted from it depending on each person's menstrual or ovulation cycle. In addition, the vagina will also receive the male genital, the penis, during sexual intercourse. If the female is pregnant, the vagina become the pathway for the baby during labor to give birth. Some facts about the vagina is, according to study, the average depth of vagina is 3 to 4 inches. However, this is very and different among other females. The normal vaginal pH level is around 3.8 to 4.5. This means it is living in acidic environment. The vagina is a self-cleaning organ. This means that we do not have to use any products or hygienic products or any soaps to clean inside the vagina, since it will disturb the pH level and also cause any fungus infection. The vagina can expand to 100% from its original size during pregnancy, and as we all know, the vagina is an elastic muscle. Thus, it will return back to its normal size after giving birth. The vaginal fall, or we call as scuffing, is normal to experience by the woman and usually caused by a normal exercise or sex. Next, we will discuss about the vulva, the external part of the vagina. As you can see here, this is the part of the vulva. There is the outer lips we call as labia majora, the inner lips we call as labia minora, and the pubic area means the hair pubic, the clitoris, the bladder opening, the vaginal opening, and the anus. Some of you may not know, but for female, we have three holes below there. Firstly is the urethra, or we call as bladder opening. We can see here, this is the tiny hole for the urethra where the urine comes out. Next is the vagina opening. This is the entrance for the vagina, where the period bloods come out. And lastly, the back there is the anus, where the place where our stool is from the body. Remember, the blood and urine comes out from different hole. The urine comes out from the urethra, and the period blood comes out from the vagina. Next, we will discuss about the hymen. So, what is hymen? Hymen is a thin membrane of tissue that cover the part of the vagina opening. We can see here, this is the urethra and this is the vagina opening. And the hymen is a very thin piece of tissue that covers the vagina opening. So about the hymen, there is no scientific reason why the hymen exists. However, researchers believe that the hymen exists to protect itself from the germs or dirt from entering inside it and prevent any infection. Since the hymen is a very thin layer of tissue, it can be teared by multiple reasons. This is such as a rough spot, such as horse riding or gymnastic, or any object that insert into it, such as during sex, or during the first sex, or inserting any other object. And since it is just a thin tissue, it cannot grow back. However, not all women are born with hymen. And thus, this means that some of them might not experience any hymen, so there is no any injured down there. And all women are born with different type of hymens. So these are the types of hymen. We can see here there is imperforate, the annular, denticular, and many more. Remember, each of female has different types of hymen, and it is vary among other persons, and some of them may not even have any hymen at all. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Misinformation and circulated myth about women's health can be incredibly harmful for women. One commonly misunderstood part of female anatomy is hymen. The hymen is a remnant tissue just inside the opening of the vagina that's left over from the vagina forms during embryonic development. The hymen is largely misunderstood not only by men but also women all over the world. It's made out to be a symbol of virginity and purity when all it really is a part of your body. Many people might be surprised to learn that the hymen has no proven medical or physiological purpose. For some women, there's practically no tissue at all. For others, it's a membrane covering the vaginal opening. That situation is rare, and it can interfere sex or tampon usage, but it can be removed surgically. Medically speaking, having a hymen or losing it doesn't make any difference to a person's health. But the social pressure in some cultures to have an intact hymen at the time of marriage can have a negative impact on mental health. Myths surrounding the hymen are largely to blame for this social pressure. The most common myth around the hymen is the hymen is a barrier and it breaks. The hymen is a membranous tissue that does not cover but surrounds the vaginal opening. Think of it as a curtain more than a wall. It has a small opening in it already, which is how menstrual blood and vaginal discharge comes out. So, Your hymen does not technically break, but it can stretch. Another common myth is that the hymen is rigid and penetrable. The tissue is actually stretchy and flexible, which means it does not necessarily tear with penetration. In many cases, the hymen can stretch or even tears during many intense physical activities like cycling, swimming, horse riding, and many more. The uses of tampons and inserting something in your vagina like fingers, sex toys, and others can also stretch the hymen. By the time you have the sex for the first time, your hymen might already be thin enough for it to not be affected at all. Next, a gynecologist can tell if you have a hymen or not, whether you are virgin during a physical exam. No, it is wrong. Just like vaginas, every hymen is unique. Some are smaller and thinner, others are bigger and thicker. It could be visible or it could not be. Its appearance also changes with age. There is no hard and fast rule here. Therefore, a gynecologist cannot tell if you are a virgin or not by doing a physical exam because of the variation of different hymens. Myth number 4. Every woman is born with a hymen. For your information, not every female is born with a hymen. As it plays no physiological role, this is not harmful at all. So, chill! Last but not least, examining the hymen can indicate whether a sexual assault took place. The hymen may or may not be damaged during the rape, and therefore, an examination of it cannot confirm sexual abuse. Laceration on the hymen from abuse cannot be differentiated from natural changes. A full physical exam should be administered for gathering evidence of an assault. In conclusion, the idea that virginity can be measured or verified is perhaps the most harmful and damaging myth. Assuming that a woman's sexual behavior can be inferred from her appearance is demeaning, and cultures that suggest the use of hymenal exam to test the virginity invite incorrect and unfair judgment about women. In reality, the only way to find out if a woman has had sex is to ask her.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Fatihah binti Azani. So, in these modern days, medical devices have been updated to be very efficient and satisfy humans' needs. Why I am saying this is because these medical devices that we will be discussing about are very related to our topic today, which is myth about hymen and losing one's virginity. Have y'all ever heard of pap smear test and menstrual cup? So let's talk about menstrual cup first, because they are very close to us women as we are having our period almost every month. Don't we just love talk about women's virginity and period blood and not men's? Well, first of course because men do not bleed, and second one, it is quite hard to tell whether they are still virgin or not, and not like women's, even though it is too prestigious. So back to our topic about menstrual cup. As we know, whatever object that enters woman's vagina, or what I would like to call as vajayjay, let it be menstrual cup, tampon, or even human's finger, have the risk of breaking the hymen. So, after knowing what hymen is and what will happen if it's tear, which the blood will come out of vagina, some are scared to use this menstrual cup because they are scared of risking their hymen. It is believed in Malay culture that once the hymen had been tear, women aren't virgin anymore, even though the meaning of a virgin is not having sex. It is believed that if you don't have your hymen anymore, you ain't a virgin. So this is the look of menstrual cup. Some women choose to use it is because it's affordable, can be reused many times, and the risk of leaking is very low.
There are various folding methods. Experiment and find your favorite. For a punch-down fold, push the rim down to the base and pinch the cup together so it doesn't pop open. The punch-down fold provides the smallest diameter, thereby making insertion easier. For a C fold, fold Organicup in half lengthwise. For a 7-fold, fold Organicup closed and bring one top corner down diagonally to the opposite bottom corner. It's important to completely relax when inserting Organicup. Insert the folded cup into your vagina. When the entire cup is inside, simply remove your fingers and let it pop open. Make sure the cup is unfolded by feeling around the base of the cup. It should be round or oval. If you feel any dents or folds on the base with your finger, it means that it is not unfolded. Gently hold the base of the cup, not the stem, and try to rotate it from side to side to ensure it is sealed. When in place, try to pull the stem a bit. If you feel some resistance, a vacuum has been created and the cup has been placed successfully.
So just now is the video on how to use a menstrual cup. So yeah, there is a risk of tearing one's hymen. Women hymen are very unique. It comes in different sizes and shapes. Some may born with it and some just don't. But it doesn't make them less women, or it doesn't mean that the woman is not a perfect woman. Lastly, let's talk about the second one, pap smear test. So what is pap smear test? The pap test is a method of cervical screening used to detect potentially precancerous and cancerous processes in the cervix or colon. Abnormal findings are often followed up by more sensitive diagnostic procedure and, if warranted, interventions that aim to prevent progression to cervical cancer. How it is done? As you can see from the image, this is how pap smear test is done. The medical device that have been put with lubricant will be put into woman's vagina. In Malaysia, doctors will only allow this test to women who have married, or if not, you must be sexually active in order to do the pap smear test. The reason why is of course of the lame Malaysian mentality that have been spread, which when she had tear her hymen, she is not a virgin anymore. The fact that hymen can be easily tear even when doing extreme sports. So where's the logic of if she had tear her hymen, she is not a virgin anymore? Because of this mentality, making it difficult for one to check whether they have cervix cancer or not. Everyone has the potential risking of getting cancer, young or old, virgin or not. Why must a woman wait until she gets married before she can run the test? What if she's not ready to get married? Should we just wait until her cancer cells spread to other organs, or until the death had taken her? That's why it is important to change our people's mentality in order to save lives. That's all from me. Thank you.
In this video, we want to say that your hormones are perfectly normal whether you bleed the first time you have sex or not. Many people are perplexed by the concept of the virginity, but they don't need to feel strangled or ashamed if you didn't bleed you have first time you had vaginal sex. In this video, we also want to create and get rid the mentality in a society, especially our own Malays who are to be virgin girl. But men are taken lightly on that matter as if is not important. I say like that because the Malay place great emphasis in the issue of female virgin, so much so there is a proverb that coconut beats by a squirrel, which means a girl who has lost her virginity. According to Dr. Ahlina Cik Bakri, tenant surgeon in the Surgical and Trauma Division of Imperial College Healthcare and ITS Trust under the auspices of the Royal College of Surgeons England, a person physical shape cannot determine whether the individual is a virgin or not. So that's all from our group. Thank you. Hope you enjoy it. Bye.